Well, a happy Wednesday to you, sports fan. Adam Deal here. This is the Proview Rundown. Glad you could join us in the Proview Network studios. Got the crew in the zoo. Going to go over some fun stuff today as we near the state seeding and selection. We're in the thick of things in the district tournaments. We're going to go over some bracketology and give you our best projections as we get ready for the craziness. We're going to get into some highlights, but we need you to know that Sunday's a big day. You need to join us here at 5:30 as we get ready for the release of the NMAA brackets. We'll have our bracket breakdown. It'll be live right here on Comcast 26 Proview Sports Network. It'll also be on Twitter at Proview TV. We want your watch parties. We want your pictures, your videos, the fun that you're having. Send it to us. We'll put you here on air live. We want you to join us as we're going to break down all the brackets and our projections. The NMAA is going to release the brackets, and once they do, we will have them to you as well. And then we're going to break down where we think the teams will go and who's got the best road to the final and the blue trophies. So much coming. It'll be again at 5:30 right here on Proview Networks. We're going to talk with the crew in the zoo a little bit. We're going to go over some details that we have in our scheduling upcoming. But first, there was some tie-breaking games on Monday to decide the district champions and the #1 seed in the district tournaments. And of course, one of the best rivalries we have in the state, La Cueva going at it with El Dorado at Neutral Court Sandia. This happened on Monday night.
Both are considered district champions in the NMA. That is one of the criteria. So important as a third. And Tyler Quintana was okay as Isles going to fire a three, and he knocks it down. Here's Quintana. He wants his second three. Yes. Now, Isles wants the answer straight away. Yes, his third. To Isles, who thought about it. Nice pass, Garcia to Lopez. Quintana for three. It's his third of the quarter. Here he is again. High screen. Bounce pass to Akbiosi on a drive and a finish. Between two of the best rivals in the state. Here's Quintana. He's got a lane and a finish. Down here comes Cooper. Cooper in the lane, up and underneath. Beautiful. Thrown away and it was tipped. Cooper. Can he finish? Yes.
Not only him, but everybody looking down. Don't leave him open.
Isles. Yes. To Jefferson. Gonna swing it out now. V-Hill for three. That's good. Here's Quintana. Nice screen set by Kuhn.
For that, we had our District 2 5A.
Cueva girls team that won the state championship right here this last weekend. Here's a three.
When Proview started.
Look at that. There's a three. The no look underneath to Ortega.
We can talk sports here.
Tough fadeaway, a 15-footer. Laurie spins. Yes, got it to go on the reverse layup.
Don't stop him. He's all the way.
Here's Isles. Ortega's going to step into a three, and he knocks it down. Shaking into Akbiosi. That's a dish right there, Steve.
Cooper is all over Quintana.
He's got a step, Steve, and he's so quick on the stutter. Sophomore who missed it as Cooper runs up the court. Isles wants a three straight away. That's good.
He plays where I'm going with this.
Here is Quintana, and somehow, some way, he got around Ortega, and he finishes. Four from the free throw line, La Cueva, and here's more on a three-pointer on the wing, and he hits it. Here comes Isles, and a chance really for La Cueva to almost put it away. Warren just pips it. He volleyball spikes it over. Here's the pass to Carter, and he finishes. This is going to be double. Isles almost threw it away. Lopez is going to go all the way high, window, and a finish. Out to Isles, who's wide open, and he finishes.
There you go. So La Cueva, hold on. Derek Isles with a big game. Tyler Quintana, he's got to carry the show. Jason Pohl, your El Dorado Eagles, man, without Cameron Valencia, it is going to be very, very difficult. Quintana, even with his magical night of 35 points, still not enough, and hopefully they'll have a chance at revenge in a game that'll be on My 50 TV. It'll be the District 2 Championship Tournament game coming up on Saturday. So Quintana, good game, but still El Dorado's going to struggle a little bit right now without Valencia.
Yeah, is it enough? I'm not sure. What do you think he would have to put up? 30, 40?
Man, I think he's got 35's enough. He's just got to get a little bit more help.
Yep, Carter.
Isles went off. La Cueva's not the most explosive team. Let's just put it out there. But El Dorado now, I don't think they can defend as well also without Valencia on the floor. And so Quintana's got to be special. And his legs have to be wearing on him a little
Well,
bit
I also
here.
heard free throws were a big factor in the game. I mean, it's,
Yeah, I mean, I think he missed 5 total free throws. He was just over 50% from the line, and that affected El Dorado, obviously, at the end of the game. Tonight, though, shifting gears, don't forget, Cleveland, they beat Cibola no problem last night. They'll take on Atrisco Heritage. We're going to be there. What do you expect from that one?
I expect Cleveland to flex their muscles, but you know, Atrisco at home court is never easy, and you always say it's never easy. The second half, the fourth quarter, Atrisco can finish them, and the way Cleveland's just been kind of skating on by, I don't know. I'm still gonna go with Cleveland with a W. Should be a
Okay.
good atmosphere.
It should be a good atmosphere. It should be a fun one. Again, that'll be live here on Proview Sports Network, Comcast 26 tonight. You can also watch it via stream on the NFHS Network. And don't forget, you got to get your pass now, NFHS Network Pass. If you want to watch that entire state tournament, remember, no games are televised. All rights to NFHS Network. Get your pass today. You can get a month subscription for $15. So you're going to want to do that because all 72 games inside the quarterfinals and up, plus the first round games that we pick up here in Proview, which will be about 8 of them. And I know Sports Primo is picking up games from the north as well, a few games, and so you're going to want to check out all that action. It is time. Jason, you ready? Like, we're here.
We're here. It's time. I mean, Bernalillo's we have one day at Bernalillo, but the rest of the crew, we're going to be at Santa Ana. We're going to be at the Pit. Can we release that it's going to have a little instant replay action?
How about that?
How about that?
How about that? That'll be a little bit fun. Hey, we got Steve Davis who's going to come on. Also, I'm going to drag Josh Brown in. He's got to give his lock of the week. So we're going to drag Josh Brown in, and we're going to go over bracketology. Just released yesterday, Jason. I've been working all the, the pi squared times x divided by 13,
You're the brains of this operation. I don't know if everybody loves it.
No, they don't.
We'll see.
They're not going to like what I have to say, some people down south, but bracketology, 5A bracketology. Also, I will be releasing 4A bracketology. Actually, that's what I'm working on in between breaks. In between breaks. That's coming up. So a ton of action right here on the Rundown. Our interns here at Proview Sports Network get pretty competitive. Rivalries are real. So with the big matchup between the El Dorado Eagles and the La Cueva Bears, time to make my pick here on the ProView Rundown. I'm going to go with the El Dorado Eagles. You know, I'm going to change my decision, and I'm going to go with the La Cueva Bears. They're feeling it. All right, hey, calm down. Guys, you do it every time. This is ridiculous. You know what? I'm going to be in makeup.
Jelante Gray going to go off the window.
What a shot.
That's a great inlet pass right before the buzzer. To go in the quarter, Ferguson splits a double. It's going to go all the way high window. The tip, are they going to count it? Yes, they do. Side is Madrid. Hickory dickory block. By Munn. And what a play by Here's Patterson. Put it down on the one hand.
owner of Proview Network, stepping in, Steve Davis, as he always does on a Wednesday. Glad you could be here, Steve, on this beautiful day. And the rundown, of course, this is where we heat up. We've got the seeding and selection processes coming by the NMAA on Sunday, and we will have our bracket breakdown, which we have done every year since the inception of Proview Networks when you started this baby. And we're really excited about that. It'll be live on Channel 26 Comcast. And Steve, this year, we're going to be on live Twitter. And so all the pictures and all the everything that everybody posts we'll be able to show, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Well, it's always fun, but isn't it amazing how quick it got here, and we're right here, and it's this Sunday, it's basketball's coming to an end, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah, well, no, but it's not sad because it's the best time of the year. These next couple weeks, I think we have the most fun, and obviously there's the most interaction with fans because, let's face it, this is a basketball state. And so everyone's starting to get heated right now, Steve, as we're going to show you some bracketology and what people think and what people know and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to start with you and see what you think as well. Here's the latest projection for 5A boys. And, Steve, I've got right now Max Preps flips. And so that means Volcano Vista right now would be the #1 seed, and Las Cruces would be the 2 seed. Now, of course, William Benjamin of Las Cruces is going to use this as motivation, and he's going to disagree and feel slighted and all of this. I just wish people would understand the process a little bit more and know that it's not an attack on somebody, and it's not this is what we're voting on. It's a real transparent process, and it's a mathematical equation, and that's what it is.
Well, you said the word heated, and that's what you just did with Benjamin when you moved him from 1 to 2.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't move him.
That says Adam Dill's bracketology. You put your
That's true.
You put your
That's true.
You put your fingerprint right all of that.
Okay.
You could have said that this is, but what people need to understand how you're doing your bracket is basically the guidelines in the MMA is doing. And your accuracy, and being the president and owner of Proview is, it's way up there. Okay, I mean, 98, 99% correct, without having the coaches poll. It's something that we don't see, and then something that you guessed, and you spend many hours of doing it. So, really, Coach Benjamin, I think he just does it more to one. He's in the southern part of the state, and just lets people know that. They're 26-0 and are getting no respect.
Let me ask you this, Steve. You look at that bracket right now. Like, let's just pretend this was the bracket. I don't care if that says a #2 next to my name if I'm Las Cruces. I'm loving life. I mean, and I'm just saying because if you look at it, it's set up nicely. And yes, actually, except for that first round game against Oñate, probably isn't the prettiest. They've had a couple tough ones. And the reason why Oñate is down there is because Gadsden, they have to be seated behind Gadsden. They finished behind them in district play, and so they really hurt themselves. And then you've got, La Cueva and El Dorado potential, Steve, matchup in the 7-10, and then you've got Roswell and Hobbs. Roswell had lost one of their leading scorers this season, and Hobbs have gained a new leading scorer, and so they're playing better. And then, of course, Rio Rancho's had a good season, and Gadsden. And so, but if you look at those two brackets, and you look at the other side of the bracket, I mean, Volcano Vista is a 1 seed. He's got Carlsbad in front of him in the first game, who's playing better. Santa Fe and Clovis in an 8-9 matchup that can flip depending on the coaches poll. But both two quality teams, and then you've got Cleveland, Atrisco, all on the same side. If I'm Las Cruces, I'd take that all day. Would you not?
So you're just saying that Coach Benjamin, he should be in the finals, okay? That's how much respect.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're really, you're setting him up. I hope he understands that. So.
Yeah, but who knows if this is how things, if things go. There's a couple changes. I think a lot of it comes down to the coaches poll. And here's the deal, man. You're going to be seeded, and you're going to have a hard road, or you're going to have an easy road, or you're going to have a, mediocre road. But no matter what, you just got to win,
Well, the one that's going to be the other interesting one is El Dorado and La Cueva. I mean, there's no guarantee. I mean, they could play this Saturday and then play Tuesday. I mean,
they can play 5 times in a matter of 3 weeks.
Right.
So it's crazy. And to be honest, they could play 3 times in a week and a half, and that would be crazy. And El Dorado, obviously, Tyler Quintana's got to have big games. Stephen La Cueva now finds themselves in an interesting position. I mean, I've been talking with a lot of La Cueva fans who've been messaging me, and they're upset. They're hurt. They think they should be in the top 8, no brainer. But just based on how the criteria goes, they're not going to be. They're not going to jump Clovis, who Clovis, remember, beat La Cueva head-to-head. Clovis has a better record. Clovis has 7 district champion wins. And all these things mean that you can't pass Clovis, you can't pass Santa Fe. And really, La Cueva's got to be looking at themselves in the mirror if they want a home game, Steve, because they had such tough losses earlier in the season that make you scratch your head against Del Norte, against Highland, and games that maybe they shouldn't have lost that we knew they're a better team now.
I agree. I mean, it is going to be tough, but it also just shows you that it doesn't matter where you're. You got to win 3 games in a row, so you're going to have to play somebody.
Let me ask you this though: Frank Castillo and La Cueva, and just the way El Dorado is injured now, and without Cameron Valencia, if you told them they have this 10-7 matchup and they don't have to travel to Hobbs and they don't have to go, to anywhere else or Clovis or anything like that, I think they'd take that plus a more depleted El Dorado. Would you not take that matchup if you're Frank?
Well, I guess the point would be if I don't get a home seed in the first 8, I want to stay in the metro area. Okay, instead of traveling to Clovis or to a Roswell or to a Hobbs.
100%.
I think that's the big point.
And especially against a team that you can beat, and a team that is not at full strength. Like if I'm La Cueva, I want the 10 seed. I want it.
Well, you know what? I'm glad because that's Adam Dill's projected. If you're Frank Castillo, he wants a home deal and he wants a top 8 seed.
Yeah. All right. It's going to play out. We've got a game tonight, Steve, that is not going to affect seeding at all. But Cleveland against Etrisco, I think both of us understand that these are 2 teams that very well could be holding the blue trophy at the end of the season. And it's another rematch of the state championship last year.
Well, and each one of these games will come down to the wire. I think that's what I'm looking for.
Every one of them, all 3 of them.
Come down, just come down to the last minute of the game, and I'm still waiting to see what adjustments that Coach Jimenez is going to be doing in the last minute because he's had, not against him or anything. He's had probably the tightest season ever. I mean, from a coaching standpoint for the last 3 weeks.
Every game seems to come down to a crazy finish with them, either winning or losing, and the game just getting wild at the end. So it'll be fun to watch the rest of this district tournament. No doubt. Let's throw up some girls bracketology now on the 5A side, Steve. And I will switch this, and I got called out by Coach Otero, and it was just a mistake, a friendly mistake, as Hobbs and West Mesa should be flipped. Right now, West Mesa would be ahead of Hobbs for the 2 seed, but PV, because they won their district and they've got everything going for them, they would be the overall number 1 seed. And then West Mesa and Hobbs will flip. But everything else seems to, I think, hold par. La Cueva kind of hurt themselves, Stephen. You see they got an 8 seed there. And that's going to be difficult for them because they have to be seeded after Farmington. Well, Farmington doesn't have the credentials to be above Volcano Vista or anybody else in that top 8. And so La Cueva, who was a better team as the season started because of their district finish, really hurt their seeding. That's probably where they're going to fall at the 8-9 spot.
Well, you just gotta love Pedro Vista. I mean, in the beginning, they weren't even in the top 10. I mean, if you just look back, it just seemed like it was West Mesa, it was Hobbs, it was La Cueva, and then all of a sudden, here at the end of the deal, it's Pedro Vista, and what a great team it has, and the team to look out for.
What about Lawrence Henderson, too, with Farmington, just took over that program coming from Shiprock and the sketchy way that he was kind of forced out, and now he's kind of getting a vengeance already, his stamp on the highest classification in a team that has been dangerous, Farmington, as they finish above La Cueva. So congratulations to him. Interesting enough, Volcano Vista, I think, is one of those dangerous teams that everybody needs to look at, so young. But I think they've got a good, decent road if this were to hold true. Sandia also, though, is one of those teams that playing a little bit better right now. Remember, they're a year removed as the state champs.
Well, I guess what you're saying is the same with boys. Parity and any 8 or 9 teams, in boys, we know the 12 seed, 11 or 12 in the season. It's going to be a 13 seed this year, but on these next 2 weeks, it's going to be very interesting.
Well, I mean, even think about it. When's the last time a 1 seed has won, the bracket on either side, Steve? So it's been a lot of fun to see.
You know what, and Coach Benjamin, just think about what you just said, okay? Yeah. Number 1s haven't done too well in the last 3 years.
They really haven't. All Okay, so don't forget, join us tonight. Steve and I and the crew will be over at Atrisco Heritage for Cleveland Atrisco, live right here on Comcast 26. Don't forget our bracket breakdown is coming up. Josh Brown, we're going to make Josh Brown come on and give his lock of the week. So, Steve, if you got to get in his ear, you could do it during break. I know you probably have some things you have to say to him.
No, I don't have
losing confidence. He didn't get
no, hear me out. I don't have to hear him because I hear the people that he picked against. Okay, so they're very, he's got an audience, and I don't want to take away from that audience. So
yeah, he's actually got the audience that wants to meet him out in the parking lot, I'm pretty sure. That's coming up next. That's Steve Davis, president and owner. We'll see you in a little bit here on the Rundown.
This is Coach Borrego of the Charlotte Hornets. Hello to all you parents out there in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I want to congratulate 38 years for the AYBL. You guys are doing a great job. You've shaped a lot of lives, young men and women, and you'll continue to do that. Parents, get involved, sign your kid up. It's a great program. It helped shape who I am today, helped shape me as a basketball player, as a coach. So get out there, sign them up. Have a great season. Good luck to everybody.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of Proview Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
We smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Let's jump right into it. Let's get to Josh Beartrap Brown's lock of the week.
Josh Brown's lock of the week.
Look, Josh, you're away from your
away from the Beartrap Brown Man Cave, and we're here with Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster.
Nessie, huh?
Yeah.
So
it's all about Loch Ness. It's the loch.
That's random.
It is.
That's very random.
It's Nessie. You've never heard of Nessie?
What's your lock of the week?
Lock of the week. I went on a down spell here. Rio Rancho let me down, and I went against Frank Castillo and the Bears, and they did me wrong. They proved me wrong. So shout out to the Bears. Way to go. I'm here for you. It's motivation. That's why you're winning. That's why you're winning, because I'm picking against you. So
okay.
But this week, upsets around. I'm going back around. Wally, don't let me down. Rio Rancho Rams lock of the week. I think they're going to get the win Friday night at home, and then they are going to travel on Saturday and upset Volcano at home.
Okay.
Rio Rancho Rams. I think they lost a couple, and now I think they got the fire brewing.
You've really been on Rio Rancho.
I have. They had a couple down games, but I think they're bringing it back. The 1 year, they were an 11 seed, 12 seed. It looks like reminiscence of that year where they were struggling, and now I think they're going to turn it on. Started this tournament, go hot for the state tournament, but Rio Rancho Rams. Lock of
Okay,
the week.
JB will be getting to work here in a minute because we got a 4A boys bracketology, so you'll help me out, JB, so we can release it to the crew or to the public. We'll put it on Twitter after this here in just a moment. So the 4A bracketology, first one in a while that's coming out. You might want to see it. It's kind of a wild bracket the way it's all set up, I think, so far at least. Don't forget, join us for the bracket breakdown. JB, I know you're excited for that.
I am always excited for that bracket breakdown Sunday. Woo! Watch parties. Show us what you're doing. Show us you're excited.
All right, that'll be on Sunday. Don't forget, it'll be live here, 5:30. We've got all the action that you need. For the crew in the zoo, appreciate it, Jason Pohl. Lock of the week, Josh Brown. He tells you Rio Rancho is going to win on the boys' side.
Nessie thinks so as well.
I'm Adam Deal. We'll see you.
Proview Rundown. It's Proview Rundown. It's end of the show. Proview Rundown. It's Proview Daily Rundown. Bear Trap Brown. There he is.
I love it. We need to just do that every time now. Here you go. Our interns here at Proview Sports Network get pretty competitive. Rivalries are real. So with the big matchup between the El Dorado Eagles and the La Cueva Bears,